is this a must-have game for Tom Herman? Not just in the context of this season, but in building the program. What do you think? Further building the program.
Well, I mean, it's been a couple years now since he's been at the helm of the Texas Longhorns.
Season number 3.
And we always give coaches who are supposed to build up a program, a little bit of leeway. I think in Texas, it's starting to get to the point where they want this to happen now. And if he falters against this Oklahoma team, because they are as good as they have been, meaning Oklahoma is as good as they have been the last couple of years, they don't miss a beat when their quarterbacks get drafted number 1 overall after winning the Heisman Championship. Jalen Hurts comes in and he looks like, 3 times the magnitude that he ever was at Alabama.
Well, suddenly he's a first-round, very distinct first-round possibility.
I can't believe people are actually talking about that, but it's true. The way he's playing, the way he's carrying this Oklahoma team. So if Texas loses this game, I don't think it's a death knell to the perception of Coach Herman.
I agree with that.
However, if they win this game,
I think I agree with what you're going to say as well.
The way Oklahoma has been dominating every team that they've played this year, it's huge for him. It legitimizes everything that's gone bad the last couple of years. And look, it shouldn't even be good yet. He doesn't have his full class in. Yeah, he's only been there for 3 years. His 3rd year. He doesn't have a full class of his recruits and his influences on his team yet. But if they beat Oklahoma, it puts them on a different stratosphere and maybe even puts them in the conversation, despite their early season loss to LSU. But that loss looks fantastic after LSU through 6 weeks, back into the college football playoff conversation as well. I mean, if they go find a way to win the Big 12, which is difficult because you probably end up having to play Oklahoma again, the way that the Big 12 is laid out because there's no divisions. This could be enormous for Texas, which is why this game is must watch. For college football fans.
Pardon me, Tiki. No question. This is going to be a lot of fun. And Herman is 0-2 against the Sooners as head coach here. I mean, it's been a minute. I mean, really, the end of Mac Brown's tenure was not very fruitful. He had a 5-win season in 2010. And then they jump back up to 8-5, but that's not acceptable by Texas standards, obviously. 9-4, nobody wants that in Austin still. Then the next year, 8-5. Then you get to Charlie Strong, and it's a different presence. It's a different feel. It's just a different vibe. Actually, it got worse. I mean, Charlie's 6 wins, 5 wins, 5 wins. And then here comes Tom Herman, and right away, he gets to a bowl this first season. I think it was the Texas Bowl. It wasn't a high-profile one because he only went 7-6, but he got there and he won the bowl game. Then the next year, he wins double figures, 10 games. They win the Sugar Bowl, which is nice. And here they are, 4-1. And as you pointed out, a loss that looks pretty damn good right now, nestled inside the top 10. This is absolutely we can look back. I can't prove this now, but circle this game. Because like Harbaugh and his inability to beat Urban Meyer, it's not just about getting Texas back to the pinnacle of college football, but it's also about beating Oklahoma once in a while, which helps get you back there.
That's right.
You don't want to go 0-3. If you not that it's the end of the world, and not that it fully stifles their momentum, which is palpable. Their quarterback Ellinger is good. He can run.
It's gotten better every year,
and he can throw. He is legit. If they win this game, I'm going to circle it. I'm going to say that's the game where, in my opinion, Texas suddenly became far more viable for the 5-star recruits. Right. I think it changes a lot of opinions.
Yeah, because a lot of those Texas recruits, they end up going to Oklahoma. It's a shared recruiting ground.
State right above it, but man, not too far.
They want to go where you have a chance to play for and compete for a national championship. Well, currently, if you're in the Big 12 or in Big 12 country, meaning those are the teams you look up to, and those are the teams you're likely to go to. If you're a star, 5-star, 4 or 5-star in Texas, it's Oklahoma right now. Texas hasn't been on that radar. It's now back to there, and if they beat Oklahoma, it's bragging rights. It's we're moving in the right direction. Yeah, they're still good, but we're moving to catch them. Do you want to be a part of an established, whatever brand, or you want to be part of this thing and be part of it when it takes over Oklahoma? It's a salient and strong selling point to young kids. Be a part of something that's building as opposed to something that's already got a solid foundation.
But let me ask you, I mean, that sounds good. It takes a special young man to embrace that challenge. not everybody is willing to roll. I don't care if you're a 5-star or not. I mean, not everybody's willing to roll up the sleeves and brick by brick rebuild the power.
Yep.
Some people like parachuting in. Some players like parachuting in.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? We won the championship last year. We won 11 games. Whatever it might be. Not everybody's built for that rocky road, that jagged edge.
True, but he started
a lot of criticism come with that.
Get some top recruiting classes, top 3 the last couple of years.
Yep.
They're currently 5 for the future, the next year. So, and that's going to change. Obviously, they'll find a 5-star somewhere, especially if they win this game. So, for Texas, I think Texas has so much to gain by winning this game. I think if Oklahoma loses, they're still going to be on the path because they'll get a chance as long as they don't falter again to get a revenge game against Texas, just like it happened a couple years ago. And so this game is compelling for so many different levels. Recruiting, 1 that we've been talking about. 2, just bragging rights. But 3, the national championship conversation is going to hinge a lot on this game. The Big 12 has had a representative the last 3 years. Whoever wins this game is going to be in the catbird seat to get it.
Let me ask you, do you think Lincoln Riley, or not if, when do you think he begins to test the waters of the NFL?
I think...
And I ask for a reason, which I'll get to.
I'm going to say at least 2 more seasons, not counting this one.
Okay.
At least 2 more seasons, not counting this one. And you know why?
Why?
Because he wants to see if what Cliff Kingsbury has brought to the Arizona Cardinals is viable. Does it work? Because Lincoln Riley, just like Cliff Kingsbury, is not going to make that jump to the NFL and all of a sudden say, "Oh, I'm going to do traditional drop back passing."
No.
It's not what he knows.
No.
So he's either going to stay or he's going to see evidence that it's working. We're already seeing it, trend that way. And he's going to jump on it because it's a huge opportunity if it should come to fruition that way.
Now, I asked you that for a reason. I agree. I might have even said 3 or 4 years. I think he's going to be there for a little bit. I don't sense the immediate jump or even near immediate jump to the NFL, which makes this game even more important for Herman. Because think about it. The longer you go without beating them, the longer Lincoln Riley holds that over your head in recruiting, and the harder and actually the wider the gap, the disparity gets. It doesn't get tighter, even if you lose by a point. That does Tom Herman no good. Now, people, listen, Oklahoma's supposed to win this game.
Yeah.
But in terms of the recruits and in terms of the immediate perception around Texas, I think will be different than the national perception. If we flip off that game and the Longhorns lose 37-33. We're walking away impressed. Like, man, Herman really is what we thought. That trajectory is positive. The forward momentum is undeniable. They're good to go.
That's right.
But in terms of actually that intimacy of the Sooners and with Riley, it doesn't do them any good.
No.
Eventually, you got to beat them.
Yeah, you do. And, I mean, the only thing that you would add is that for Lincoln Riley to jettison and go to the NFL is if he stops getting the quarterbacks. Right?
But why would he stop?
I don't think he will. And there's already a kid on his roster, Tanner Mordecai, who is supposed to be the next guy, who's a freshman right now. So if he stops getting that guy, like those kids, then that's when he probably thinks. But I don't think he's going to stop getting those kids.
No.
Because he's already proven that he's the whisperer for him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's got the ultimate trump card.
That's
right?
a great job. It's a great job.
Come to me. I'll help you win a Heisman Trophy. And even though it's unconventional, you're going to be the #1 draft pick in the NFL.